Oh, wait a minute. I put it in my pocket.
Hey, good afternoon, good afternoon. We about to get the show started. I'm glad that everybody is here.
Yeah.
You know, you know what I'm saying. And my friend, she already know how I do it. Yeah, I mean, I'm about to set the atmosphere like right fast. Like I always like to play a song, you know, to get the show going. So let's go. Can y'all hear it?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, cool.
You ain't gotta fake it when it's real love. They'll never leave you nor forsake you, but it's real love. I'm picking up my cross cause it's real love. I'm calling grace and lost, but it's real love. And you ain't gotta fake it when it's real love. They'll never leave you nor forsake you, but it's real love. I'm picking up my cross cause it's real love. I'm calling grace and lost, but that's real love. They told you that they loved you, they was fronting though. They said that it was love, but it wasn't though. I preach the word of truth, these demons get to running, bro. I'm blessed up like 100 pole, they tripping when they come and go. Fake friends, I love them still. Real friends, they want it meal. That's why when Brian hits the road, I got his back, he covered still. No, this ain't a public deal, this shit ain't about titles. This ain't a competition, why they treat me like a rival. I'm really just focused. I'm trying to walk in love, the kind I see that's in the Bible, the kind that leads your brother right. I don't want no other life. I just want the blood of Christ to fill me with his love tonight. Lord, take control, check these motives that be twisted. Fill me with the anointing, can't afford to just be gifted. Lord, take control, check this heart that can be wicked. Bring me with your name, I just want to see you lifted. Hey, you ain't gotta fake it cause it's real, man. Oh, you call me, I will make it cause it's real, man. I'm picking up my cross cause it's real, man. I'm conquering the law cause it's real, man. You ain't gotta fake it cause it's real, man. Oh, you call me, I will make it, yeah, that's real, man. I'm picking up my cross cause it's real, man. I'm conquering the law cause it's real, man. God, keep it in mind, it's racing, they test the pistol, now you're going simple. Say that left you put nothing above you, so you ran them chickens. Caught in that dance, cause you ain't think about the ones that nigga gave you advice to pay no mind, and to get where you did it. They say that nobody cares, see if you can't tell you that there is somebody there. You want under the sun, and there's no sauce in your skin. You straight the all in your bones, you know just what you can do. Hey, time and time I'm giving it to his will, not mine again. Get your cross, now put it on the time is now about to end. Wanna know I got pick up the word and start finding him. Making it difficult to rely on him. You gotta choose a side and start fighting with it. You gotta open your eyes and finally make the right decision. So my family can see good at how it's branded is. So that he knows you, he's above you, describing the and you ain't gotta fake it when it's real love. You told me I will make it cause it's real love. I'm picking up my cross cause it's real love. We're here to be lost.
Oh.
Let's go. Good afternoon, my friends. Good afternoon, my friends. How are y'all this afternoon on this Wednesday? How is everybody day going so far?
So far today, my
Everything's
day
going
going
well.
really
Man, okay, man. All right, so Tamika, I already know you. So my friend, can you introduce yourself and let the folks know who you are, my brother?
Okay, my name is Anthony Brooks Upchurch. I'm the proud director of Unchained Communities Incorporated. We are a Philadelphia 501c nonprofit organization. We're dedicated to community engagement and individual development. That's why we do it.
Yeah.
So started out in 2003, officially forming, and we started working within the neighborhoods of Central North Philadelphia, and then Southwest and then West Philly. We have a vast number of program services that are free and that are comprehensive and offered to our community and to individuals that streamline access to services and resources to help them become self-sufficient and independent, and also educate them to be civically responsible.
Nice, 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 nice. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to ask you today, right? I had seen like what y'all do, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And it seems like to me that y'all reach like those that are out there, not just in the streets, but all around the community. You know what I'm saying? So my question is, what inspires you to go out there daily? Because I believe that you do go out daily. What inspires you?
What inspires? Well, Tamika, you want to hit on that, and then I'll go.
Well, what inspires us to do it is we're down here on the ground, roots on the ground, and we see with our own eyes, and we in contact with the people. You know, we get calls about, well, what do you do with this tree that's growing over top of my window? You know, they don't get answers from downtown, so they know it's people in the community that cares. So they call on us for things like that, and we're there to help them remove trees, to remove trash, to assist them in any way that they need to be assisted because the phones are not working. You're going to get an automated teller, or you're going to get a hold on, you're going to get a call back. And a lot of our constituents don't know how to communicate or to wait or to have the patience to get the job done that they may need done. So they need some little reinforcers. And that's something like we are in a great way, though. You
I
know,
like that.
we're trying to peace and we're trying to help.
So to put it plainly, to answer the question you said, we do this because we've experienced the systematic failures that exist in our communities, our community neighborhoods. So what happens is we are victims also of those failures. And so as for myself, I became a victim at a young age, and which gave me my passion has always been service to people and to our communities, and to make any place I serve or any place that I a part of better. I have a history of that. But what happened was I became a victim because of my circumstances of the criminal justice system. And through that experience and of witnessing the travesties and even the triumphs of the criminal justice system in terms of people becoming overturning convictions and things of that nature, I didn't have the finances to fight the case. I didn't have the finances or the know-how because that was not my world. And I believe in the system. I believe that, if a person went to jail or something in the community is happening, it's because we're responsible. But I believe that up until the point that I got intertwined into it, and because I had my history of I was in the foster care and I had always had community support because of my reputation and the service to the community, but I didn't have the knowledge of the law. So I went through the criminal justice process and was railroaded. And, to this day, I still fight them in terms of that. But I realized experience that you can't do too much with a criminal record. Now they have all these promises and false hopes that they offer to people, but it's not the impact is small. So what we did was I partnered with a friend of mine, Eric Kaufman, and who served 23 years in the state correctional facility. And because there were some guys I met in there, great guys in there. I'm not saying that a lot of them are innocent, a lot of them are guilty. I don't know. I can't say for sure, but I'm going to speak on for myself.
As you should.
My thing is that when I met them at that point, a lot of those guys were influential in my development. I was educated in the schools. I worked in the high schools. I went to college, and I had a great experience in those places and the education in those places. But the education that I received in being incarcerated and then coming back out to the neighborhood and merging those two educations together and meeting Tamika and seeing how she moved in the community of Southwest and how dedicated she is and how comrade Eric Coffey, I call him comrade as a friend, how he was dedicated inside those walls to developing those young people that was coming in and giving them a sense of humanity, giving them a sense of self, and we see them out here on the streets. So when we came home, I partnered with those people, with Conrad, and we started UCI, a nonprofit organization dedicated to establishing strategic efforts that restores the trust and engagement and confidence in communities. We advocate for the voiceless. We expose systematic failures and try to eliminate those things that limits individual progression and productivity. We provide essential social services and supports through comprehensive and proactive action that fosters self-sufficiency and ensures personal growth to all that's involved in this transformative work. So not only is the participants or the people who register with us are receiving services and becoming transformed, but we are too, as the people who are on the ground, working in the grassroots, organizing and advocating and serving as a liaison between services that they need and giving them and streamlining those accesses to those services. Our city looks good. Mayor and all those people are cleaning the city, and on the surface, it looks really good. No trash is around. But if you look beneath the surface, like the cake, the icing,
that's what it's about.
But if you look at the ingredients and the people that's being hurt, and the people who can't get jobs, and the people who still on these have to find other alternatives for financial gain, and get penalized for those things because there's no access. I was talking, and the people are out of touch. I'm talking in terms of the people who are leading us, the people who are writing policies, the people who are passing laws. They are out of touch with the people on the ground, and so the prescriptions that they provide to us don't have any impact or limited impact, and then they go and tout that. They go and have a press conference and praise their work, but all the while when they leave, the people are still suffering. So we're sick of that. I'm sick of seeing people working every morning. I got to get up every morning and they're angry because all they do is work and pay bills. There's no money saved for human development or vacation time or spending time with their children. And then look at the children. The children are suffering because the parents have to work all these jobs, and the parents are being blamed because some of the parents don't have the access to resources to help them. And
it's funny that and it's funny that you say that, right? Because I always say that I believe, right, that change starts with us. You know what I'm saying? And some of us may have to go through the jail system to learn more. You know what I'm saying? In order to bring that to the surface. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I
believe that. I believe that you're absolutely right. If I never went through that education, I never went through that. I believe in God. I've been in church all my life. I sang in the choir and I served Tamika. I took Tamika to the church, and I've been a member of that church for almost 30 years, over 30 years.
Wow.
I believe, but I also went and studied the Nation of Islam platform. I went and studied other theologies because when this stuff happened to me, I kind of lost faith. So I started searching for answers, searching for why God is taking me through these things, and I learned that God take you through that to help you get through this. And what happened is, if I never went inside, or I've never experienced it, I would have never known how bad that system is destroying people. How bad the systems had the failures that are allowed to be continued, and people have become numb to it. If I never went in that side and started listening to those people, when I went in, I was a conservative. I would campaign for George Bush, K.W.U. Bush, and those things, and I was in the jails telling them that Donald Trump was going to win because I looked at the political scene and what he was saying. Not saying I'm a supporter of him, but saying that what he said the first time, he was speaking to some real issues. And people really believed that he was going to address those issues. But the problem is, the hell with the Democrats and the hell with the Republicans. The people are suffering. And we have to figure out a way to help ourselves instead of waiting on the person to do things for us. But what we do need is the resources. We need access to the resources that our fathers and our mothers and the people who come before us paid into. We call taxes dollars. Those RFPs that city council can give us so we can provide services to the people and to the communities and recognize that those communities are filled with real distinct neighborhoods that are very different, that have different concerns and different values and different ideas and different stakeholders. So, but what happens is we go down to city council. I've been down there several times, and the stuff that's going down there, I'm gonna tell you, some of we have got some great input from Council President Kenyatta Johnson, and but we went to one office. I'm not going to say the name yet, but
right.
Ridiculous. Instead of embracing our platform and trying to work with us they told us that where you're building that, and they talked about you only been in existence for a year, and how can we monitor? And I laid down a platform. I gave them our impacts of what we've done within the year. We spent under $2,000, but we helped over 60 people sign up for benefits. We helped 30 people sign up for vital documentation. We work with senior citizens to help them get their fans and some things from the fire department. So we're able to operate with the little small things we have, but we wanted to enhance those services because the need is there. So we went down to those district offices, and one of those offices was ridiculous. Even one of their workers that's in there served as a nonprofit director. So,
look, sorry, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I have somebody that's in the comments, right? One of my sisters said good afternoon, and one of my friends, like, she's all in the comments. One of the Starling, and she said sounds great. Boots on the ground, moving, and she said yes, this is facts. A corrupted, broken system, yepper. And she went on and she talked about more and more stuff. And I know that she is beating the comments up like right now. You know what I'm saying? And from what I've been hearing, right? Like, I've been hearing like a lot of these stories, you know what I'm saying, lately, right? When folks go into jail, that they learn more. I won't say learn more, but they learn just enough. You know what I'm saying? And they bring it to like the books. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a firm believe. You know what I'm saying? When you read, that you know more, that you educate yourself more. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I tell folks, I'm book smart. But I know about the streets as well because I'm from the city of Chester. You know what I'm saying? So I learned stuff too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, experience brings growth.
Yes,
one of my greatest teachers told me that don't just go through life, but grow through life. So
I like that.
What happens is in all of our experiences, good or bad, we're supposed to embrace those things because those things makes us better. It helps us.
Yes,
it helps clears the picture of life a little bit for us individually, but also by speaking to other people, you tap into something. You tap into their experiences, and
you do.
And if you merge the two, and that's what I've done with the team. Conrad and Tamika and the others that we have. You know, and the volunteers that come and volunteer with us, we tap into those experiences because there's no boss here. It's a team of people who serving the community, And once, because we've learned that, and because we've done what we've done, and we gone out, I believe that they are afraid. They are afraid to, not the fact that these problems exist, because we all know these problems exist. It's been going on since when I'm 37 years old, so I can
Okay.
recall even studying the crime bill in '93 when it started impacting our families, going to jail. I was a foster child. I didn't have
Okay.
a real mother and father until I got older, until I got about, and even that, you know, because I'm still not a biological kid. When this happened to me, I mean, this I don't know, I didn't know what to believe. I didn't know what to do. But I thank
Right.
God, because I never was hurt.
God, thank
I
God.
met some great people inside. You know, I before I went in, I started reading the book. Think, you know, let me see what jail's going to be like or whatnot. You know, but the public defender
Okay.
they gave me, visited me once. But I went in and I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna. My foster father told me. He said, look, just take the deal, because you can't. They not. There's no win. The lawyer is not with you. You know, go up there and file an appeal. So I went up there and I started studying. But I started talking
Hmm.
to those brothers who's been up there, and there was one brother in particular named Brother Brooks Bay. And Brother Banks taught me about the PCRA, and I went, and because of the education I had, I went and I learned how to do it, and we went and got the PCRA done. I got out
Hmm.
there, and I was, they honored it because I had merit, because I knew I was innocent,
Right.
but I didn't know the language, I didn't know the procedures, I didn't know anything. But I started talking to those brothers, but it was kind of too late. And what happens is, what the too late was, because nobody never educated me on the legal system. I was in school learning
Wow.
about math and science and all those other things, politics. I was only involved in, I built student government in Philadelphia high schools. Dr. Paul Vallis at the time appointed me a CEO of the student government, and I was able to go to the different high schools and build student governments. I had a great background, and they destroyed it. But
And,
and what happened was, I didn't let them defeat me, though, because I know what I'm here for, and I
right.
know that, I know that I'm here to serve the people. And what I
And
see in the city and
that's
what
what's
I've been
about.
seeing in our communities is terrible. When I went in the community, see, we realize is every place is a community. The jail is a community, and so because the jail is a community, that's why we named the program Unchained Communities. We want
I
to
like that.
unchain the communications, the resources, the support to all communities, no matter what they look like. Because what happens is, if we all work together, we can achieve more. But if we constantly, separated, and instead of
Hmm.
leaving our issues at home, uh, we can never solve the problems for our next generation of leaders. And what happens
Right.
is, these leaders that we have to be held accountable through the vote. We have to get up and vote. People have worked really, really, really hard and died and bled, and to get us the right to vote as freely as we can. And we have to pay attention to local politics. It's not the federal politics is good. It's all great and fun to pay attention to how this one say that one and that one. But the local politics is where our services are coming from. And if we don't pay
So
attention to local politics, we're going to continue to keep electing these people who don't do nothing for us.
so my question to both of y'all, right? What does unchained mean to you both?
Tamika, you,
Untaming to me is helping the community unchain their mental enslavement.
Oh, dang.
See,
Wow.
I feel like we was taught wrong.
Hmm.
When I'm going on 57, so I
Okay.
still remember the 70s.
Wow.
When it first began, when I remember when black people was like the Puerto Rican people, like any other nationality, together. When I say together, everybody was family. It was no hatred like it is today. So I think in order to help anybody, you gotta help them work on their inner mental. They gotta get in touch with self and they mind and find some sort of control and knowledge of self.
I like that.
You understand what I'm saying? So unchained to me means unchain the way you thinking. unchain a program that was placed in your mind that you've been following for so long. Because if you're over 50 and you've been following what's been going on, then you know something ain't right because nothing has changed.
Come on.
We might have
Wow.
changed ourselves personally with our jobs, our careers, life choices, but for the communities and the system, like for example,
Come on.
when I have one son, I used to get 158 every
Wow.
month, lasts me for 2 weeks. To this day, they still give one parent with one child $158. Now they didn't change everything else. They upgrade Social Security, they upgrade
Hmm.
the system with the computers, the prices went up. How is one single parent that's getting $158 every 2 weeks supposed to survive on that kind of stuff? So going back to your question, unchange your mental thinking.
I like that.
Unchain that.
I like
Once
that,
you
Mika.
unchain that,
Hmm.
you on a different path. We imprison
So
ourselves because we think this is
yeah.
it. A lot of people just think this is
So
it.
thank you, Tamika. The what happened is unchained communities mean different things to a lot of people. One of the things is when we started, we had a meeting. We had a community meeting because we wanted to introduce our program to the community, to the neighborhood of North Philly. What happened is it's interesting because I have a track record in the community of doing the same work.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
what I wanted to do, we wanted to I wanted to do it officially. And because they wouldn't give me a job, they wouldn't give us a job, people with records, a job that was adequate to and productive. I like to be productive. So what's
Right.
the best job to do to just go with the people and go and do the work of the people. So unchained communities mean that I'm going to go out and I'm going to continue the work we've been doing of serving the community and neighborhoods, serving individuals and getting them from being underdeveloped. This is a strong word of underdeveloped. Underdeveloped and
Right.
disengagement is things that we focus on. The thing is that
Hmm.
I believe that a lot of people in the communities respond and act the way they act and perform the way they perform is because they have been underdeveloped mentally, financially,
Wow.
socially. And what
That's
happens
deep.
is to change the trajectory of what's going on in our neighborhoods, we have to change the path of underdevelopment. And because they will
Change the
continue
narrative.
on this path of underdevelopment. So we got to unchain them and unchain this underdevelopment that's going on. Underdevelopment has led to mass incarceration. Underdevelopment has led to the shootings of children and killing of kids and our loved ones on the street. Our families turning against families and people turning against the. I hear preachers talk about we live in the last days, but what happened is people have become underdeveloped and they have remained that way.
It's definitely a
And what
spirit. It's a
happens
spiritual
is,
war. It is.
yeah, it's absolutely. But what happens is spiritual. One of the things when I was studying the Nation of Islam platform, I remember it's talking about everything, the spiritual warfare, but then they talked about it has to be physical though. A spirit is a
Hmm.
spirit. Yes, I believe in spirits, but a spirit is not going to push you down a step. A person will, and a human will. And the things that we're going on is the spiritual warfare. Yes, is leading these things to, in terms of all the problems that we have in the communities. We're feeling them physically. We feel them financially. We have to really connect in connecting with the people and being direct with them. I'm listening to them and I'm hearing their issues, but and my solution to them is listen,
I don't want to
start.
lose my thought. Excuse me, Commander.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
when you said we're in a
Come on.
spiritual warfare, now that's what I am. I'm very
Okay.
spiritual and I'm an empath. Now, you said a person is not going to push you down the steps, or a spirit is not going to push you down the steps.
Wow.
No,
Is that
I
what you
said
said?
that. No, I said that a spirit. I believe in spirits. I believe in spirits, but I believe that. But the things that we feeling also is the physical. The physical person will push you on. It says I believe in the spiritual, spirituality, But I'm saying
Okay,
that a
what I
physical
want to
person,
touch you
it
on
would take a
is
physical to push you.
Hold
no,
on.
no, it's the other way around. With I want to touch on is the spiritual runs the physical.
Yeah, right.
So the
That's what I that
spiritual
initially.
is
That's what I said. Right,
hear me out. The
Hold on. Hold on.
spiritual is the force behind the physical. So the
right,
spiritual is who had the physical push you down the steps. And that's what I was saying about the mental and people being in
right,
touch with their mentality because even though the spirit is the controller, we're not. The spirit within us is the controller. It's up to us to be able to determine if we're going to follow that yin or that yang. Like that yin going
right.
to say, push him down the steps. But that yang going to say, no, that's not what you're supposed to do. But it's
So
not
and
the
right,
physical.
exactly. So
The physical
so
is
ex-
just an existence. It's
right.
something
So that's
inside
why
of us
we have
that
to change.
controls
That's
us.
why we have to change. That's why we have to change the thinking. And we by
We
through and
got
through education, change right through
we got
education
renew
and
our
through development.
minds.
Go
Absolutely,
back into
because
what I was
in
saying.
Carter,
Is the
that's
mental
hold on, Tamika.
unchanged that has to be done.
Carter Jewisson
Mika,
says,
Mika.
so if a man thinketh, so if a man thinketh, so that's how he is. I'm not verbatim. That's not how he said it verbatim. But if we teach a man how to think
Yeah.
or teach them how to think, we won't have to worry about what door they're going to go in and out of, because they are. If they think they're
Exactly.
inferior, that's how they'll
Exactly.
perform. So what happens is we educate. Yes, the spiritual is powerful. I'm never negating that. But I'm
The
saying that. But
spiritual is it.
right,
Don't nothing
listen to
come
me.
after the spiritual. All this
Listen to
stuff
what
is
I'm
just a
saying.
cover.
The
All
spiritual
this stuff is
exists.
just a
The
cover.
spiritual exists, sister. Listen, the spiritual exists. But when you
Come on,
receive
y'all.
that bill, you receive that bill in the paper, in the mail, and you can't and you don't have a job to be, but that's adequate enough to pay those bills or rent those things. That's not spiritual, sister. That's some physical stuff that we're facing. That's some systematical problems that we're facing. I'm not here to fix the spiritual. I can't do. I go to church
Well,
and I
no, we were
pray.
just having a
And
conversation on
hold on.
it
But
because you
that's what I'm saying. I
touched
don't
on
want
it.
to turn it. I
Hold
don't
on.
Okay,
want to
what's
turn
the
it.
next question? How about that?
Hold on, Tamika, hold on. I don't want to turn it into the spiritual because everybody
So
has
that's why I'm
different.
saying, okay, everything is fine. What's the next
Okay.
question to the
All right.
other side?
So my question is, what do each and air what do y'all bring to the table, each and every last one of y'all? Because I know that it's a team. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all learn from each other? Because
So,
I know y'all bring something different,
well,
and
if
I
you
can tell.
notice, yeah, if you notice,
I can tell.
listen, let me tell you, Tamika, and the team I have around me are great people because they
Hmm.
challenged me. I'm 37 years old, so what I wanted to do was I wanted to be able. I always got wisdom for these seasoned people, seasoned
Right.
uh, uh, the older people who are older than I am. So I surround myself with those kind of folks to get the wisdom, and then I'm able to put it in my own words and my own things and give it to the people. So what I do is, Tamika, I embraced it. The things that she talk about and the things that Conrad talk about, they all challenge us. Tamika brings a sense of the neighborhood and sense of, she's been through a lot of things, her experiences from a female perspective.
Okay.
And he I confided in her, even with this interview. I said, Tamika, look, set me up with these podcasts. Let's start getting our message out there. And I
Right.
know she's not going to go and call. She's gonna do what she says she's gonna do, and she's gonna make sure that you answer the phone.
Oh
So,
yeah. Look.
oh yeah. So
Mhm.
we deal.
I know.
I remember watching Paid in Full, and the Paid in Full,
Okay.
the guy said, "What's the use of you having soldiers and you ain't using them?" So what we got is we are all soldiers, and what happened is
Right.
that we are we excel in our own field, and Tamika brings that community neighborhood sense from, especially that the education from that Southwest community that I did not have. So I wanted to
Right.
bring someone in. When I first met her, she came to one of our initial meetings, and she joined. Right, well, actually, I kind of chased her down, and I said, "Look, I need you. Come on." And she had her own operations, and she was willing to join us,
Nice.
and she's been working with us ever since, beating the streets in the summertime, passing out in the summer. No, she didn't pass it, but she was really hot, and we was pounding the ground, and she was actually helping us and move our program forward. Conrad brings a sense because he was incarcerated for 23 years in the state penitentiary, and he's an assistant director. He gives me insight on many things because he's connected with people who I did not know from the years that was out in the street, that when he was out there. So a lot of the connections that I have in terms of those guys are not involved in the streets anymore. They're doing good things. Some of them have auto shops where we can utilize. Most definitely. Where they also offering us apprenticeships where they can take some of our participants and help them learn how to fix cars or the basic things. But what we do is
that's what's about.
I want to describe our program. I want to describe because we're talking about what we stand for, but I just want to also expound on our program and explain what it is that we actually do. Because we don't just talk, we walk the walk.
Right.
So one of the things we do is we have UCI is broken down into 2 divisions. The restorative division and an engagement division. The engagement division works with the engagement division. We set up neighborhood networks. We set up neighborhood networks and we target areas in neighborhoods that need services. We assess the area for service needs, and we also schedule listening tours where we're walking around the neighborhood and talking to the neighbors and engaging the residents, identifying the stakeholders, looking at the stores. We gather all this information and we form a neighborhood network. We recruit residents in that network to serve on 4 committees. The committees that we have is a public works committee. We have a public safety committee. We have a programming committee, and we have a public information committee. These committees, they all have roles that actively promotes our mission and it restores engagement within the community. Our engagement services in the engagement division is inclusive, and we also try to promote civic responsibility. Now, with our restorative division, we work with individuals who seek help in the underdevelopment. So we come up with PPP plans, the popular PPP plan. No money involved.
I heard about those.
Yeah, we have a proactive, productive plan. We develop these plans to individually assist and advocate for our participants. We research benefits and services that's offered freely. We match those services to the individual freely. Access to those services, and we make sure we follow up until we're successful. So if a person come in and say, "I need a birth certificate," well, we know the website to get it from. We know the
most definitely.
Because what happens is people know how to do the work. Some of them just need actual information. Seniors who want vouchers for food, the food markets. We know where to get those from. We streamline access to those things. What happens is some of the basic of services that's out there are accessible if we provide them with the information and education to get them. So
okay.
That's what we do. That's what
all right.
We do.
So look, right. So I see that one of my friends, right, Sister Wanda. So she said that she's trying to find to Tamika, and she's trying to find unchained communities, and she said that she can't find y'all. It's like I gave her the information. So if one of y'all could put the information down, like right now, can y'all put it down in the chat, please? I appreciate it.
Let me see. Okay, let me see. Our Facebook is Unchained Communities. We also on Instagram. I'll send her all this stuff.
Okay, all right, yeah, please. All right, so my question is, what are the programs for our youth? Because we was told, because I'm 36, right? So I believe that they are the next generation. They is the next generation. I'm more concerned about them more than than you know what I'm saying, than anything now. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that they is the ones that's going to take care of us. They are the ones that are watching us now. So,
Well,
Let me
right
say this,
now,
Tamika. Go ahead. You got something to say? I'm sorry.
we're building a platform for the youth, so they'll be able to come on and express themselves and express what it is that they want, that they feel like they need, that can make their communities better. We're also going to have some stuff that we feel like they can make it better, but I really believe the youth just need an outlet. They need,
Mm.
different things like we had as children, different sporting places they can go to and stuff like that. They have nothing but empty lots, abandoned
Wow.
houses, poppy stores, and then people want to know why they winding up downtown somewhere. There's nothing in their communities when they walk out the door but destruction. So
Mm.
we're in the process of
So
putting a platform and a forum together so we can hear them, give them a podcast, give them
Ooh,
a place where they can come say what it is.
I like
So
that.
that should be starting in October.
Okay, nice. I like that. All right, now,
So
brother.
go
Now,
ahead,
what was he about
Commander.
to say?
Tamika, you finished?
Yes.
Okay. So we have when we started this, the belief was that we wanted to provide examples for our children. We think about the children and we think about our youth. But what we want
Mm.
to do is we want to be able to provide examples in the community neighborhoods for them to see, because there's many programs out there for our youth, and if you look at
Mm.
the impact, it's been limited. Our youth need to see some examples. They need to see men working. They need to see people being productive and engaged in the community. That way they can become engaged in the community, because wisdom is passed down. And what happened is a
Yes,
lot
it
of our
is.
wisdom and stuff is not being passed down because the
Wow.
education is not being passed down. One of the things that happened back in the day was if my father fixed the car and he knew how to fix the car when I became of age, probably younger, I knew how to fix the
Hmm.
car because I learned that from him. There's
Right.
many examples. My
Definitely.
mechanic today, his son, a young guy, fixed cars. He fixed my car because his father passed that wisdom down. Um, there's things that I've learned and experiences that I've learned from, again, the seasoned people in my life, the teachers and even the academics. I mean, I learned from everyone. I learned from fools. But that wisdom that I picked up and I'm able to give out, and I'm able to share with people, and I'm able to keep some people around me who still give me those wisdom. I listen a little more as I got older. And what happens is um the impacts of listening is great, because the things that can come out of that is beneficial to all. So what the kids, I didn't really want to focus on that. I wanted them to continue their programs, because they have a lot of them. There's a lot of youth programs. I even helped another guy start a youth program. But what I wanted to
Okay,
focus on
nice.
18 and up. I wanted to focus on those
18
guys.
and up.
Yeah, we've been through some shit. We've been through some stuff. And I'm telling you, I'm
You can
tired.
speak your mind here, man.
Man, it's tiresome. It's a
Right.
shame. It's no. I want our people, the 18 and up, because there are a lot of programs focusing on the youth. They saying, well, the youth, we got to do this. They can do this, but no. The Bible say, how can they learn if they not have a teacher? And we have to
Mm.
be able to provide those teachers again. We have to provide those, and those teachers have to be. We have to be able to and trust those teachers to provide that wisdom that's comprehensive and that's beneficial to their growth. And what happened is I don't see that these programs are entertaining them. They're not teaching them anything. No morals, no values. They're not scared of anything anymore. The teachers are scared. The principals are scared. The community stakeholders are scared to speak. I was on a bus a couple of days ago, and I had to break up a
Hmm.
fight because nobody will break up the fight between a girl and a guy coming from school. No, they
And it's
scared.
funny, right? And it's funny that you say that you know what I'm saying, because the word of God said that my folks perish for the lack of knowledge,
Yeah,
and I
no,
believe
absolutely.
that's
I
and
believe that it's not right.
I believe that's
Absolutely,
important. That's very
absolutely.
important. You know what I'm saying? To like
Our people say
if
our people suffer from the lack of knowledge. People suffer
Yeah.
from the natural knowledge. So it's not the white man. It's not the systems, and because the systems and all those things are going to be there. It's always been there, you know. But the thing is, we have to do things to overcome those things, and we have to be educated. Education have to become first, and in order to provide that education, we have to be able to listen to the elders. But the elders have to be able to pass down that wisdom. Stop holding on to power. You see this in the federal. Joe Biden didn't want to give up the presidency thing. He didn't. Well, he wanted to run again, and if it
And
wasn't
that's
for polls showing that he was going to lose badly, he would have still been trying to run. And he's 80 something years. They don't want to pass the torch down.
and it's funny that you say that, right? That is real funny because the Olympics, right? That is done now. But if you pay attention, right, to like track and field, that the man you always got pass the baton. You know what I'm saying? And I think in life now that a lot of folks not trying to pass it, and if they do pass it, they like they always think that, oh, that this person, that he is gonna be better than me, or she's gonna get better than her. You know what I'm saying?
No,
And
if
it's
they
not,
do pass it, they're gonna
and
pass
it's
it
not
to one
that.
of their buddies.
Okay, and
That's how they
and
go.
We have a system like
that's what
that
it
going
is.
on down in city council. Darrell Clark was the city councilman for the 5th district for 19 years. For 19 years, he's been the city council president. He was just down the city council. He became the city council president, and then he retired. I was reading in the paper, there was people who wanted to run for the 5th district council seat, and they were actually kind of denied because Darrell Clark waited until the last minute to retire and allowed this guy Jeffrey Young, one of his staffers, to run run unopposed, and he became a councilman in the 5th district. We don't know this guy.
That's a whole podcast.
No. It's
It's
what I'm saying. Excuse me. So
Hold on, yo.
what
Go ahead.
what I'm saying is that the fact of the matter is that it's piggybacking off of what you were saying, Tamika, about they're passing the wisdom down, they're passing the stuff down, but they're passing it down to people who they like. And that's, Darrell Clark was there, and from my understanding, this guy Jeffrey worked for him, he liked him, but there was other candidates there who could have been beneficial to that 5th district seat and the 5th district. So it's just an example of what she was saying, and the problems that we have now is the fact that the wisdom is passed down, but it's not being passed down adequately into the appropriate people.
Wow, and that is tough, right? And right now, like I got a friend that's right here, right? Yo, she's on fire, and his sister Wanda, right? I need y'all to connect with her because she is on fire. She got a nonprofit called Reconnect Us. You know what I'm saying? And I know that y'all would love that. You know what I'm saying? Because she's not far from Oyo, and she just came to Chester, I believe, month day. You know what I'm saying? Just to, like, she did some free stuff like with our youth and with our families and stuff like that. Some dye TT shirts and stuff like that. So reconnect with her as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's real talk. I just had to put that out there.
Send us her information, and we'll send her ours.
Okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what it's. You know what I'm saying, man? It's about connecting here, man. This is what we do.
About.
That's just
of course, our belief is, and that's why we starting to do these podcasts is now. We want to be able to connect with everyone. We want to be able to unchain the communication between all communities, and Sister Wanda and her organization.
I was just about to say.
We want to be able to connect with all those people and be able to pool together our resources so we can have maximize our impacts. It's important that we all, again, we have to be able to be open-minded. we have to be able to embrace each other's ideas and be able to compromise, because everything is a relationship. Everything, even with the staff, I have a staff of very diverse people. Tamika is a very
Right.
strong
Nice.
person.
Nice. Okay.
I have a chief. I have an assistant director who's very strong also. But I stand my ground. I stand my ground.
Right.
but,
Right.
but I welcome the questioning. I welcome the thoughtfulness of I'm sorry, not thoughtfulness, but the inquiries that they're asking me into things that I'm doing or things that we have going on or processes. Because again, a lot of things that they've seen, like I always tell them, they said, well, I've done this before. I said, well, yeah, you may have, but not in this time and day. But
not like this.
Those things that you did do, and those things that you did utilize, those services and systems that you did utilize, those ideas. We need those back.
I need your gifts. I need your gifts. Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
I need your gifts and skill.
You can yell, you can scream, and you do. But at the end of the day, are we being effective? And absolutely, we are. We've been in existence for almost 2 years now, and we're still moving. And we're telling the community we're coming. We're coming.
Right.
And what happened is we're not looking for. We want support. We want support from the people who are supposed to provide it. It don't matter what our background is. The problem is these backgrounds and records that we have was not attained honestly. These courts did filthy stuff to us, and it's coming out. And the only people that seem like they really helping is the people who are in the jails for life. I went to the conviction integrity unit and said, look my case up. I was 23. This did not happen. No evidence. No. They said, well, you got to be incarcerated. You got to be a lifer, and that creates dissension between the people who served the time and people who are still serving time, and it shouldn't be, but that's what they do. They create divide and conquer. So the message. I was incarcerated when I was in the upstate. My cellmate was a juvenile lifer, and he found himself in battles with the lifers, the adult lifers, because they were letting the juvenile lifers, giving them an opportunity to go. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, because I believe they should never lock the child up for life anyway. And the brain science determined, I agree with their brain science in terms of the person is developed by the age of 25. It makes sense. But my point is the fact that they create these dissensions and these divisions. And what happened is with my team is it reminds me of
Sister Wanda.
Abraham Lincoln and his team of rivals. His cabinet. Wow. He had a cabinet. He put all his people who ran against him on the cabinet because he wanted to hear from them. He wanted to get those ideas, unbiased, unchecked ideas. In the 48 Laws of Power, talk about hiring your enemies because they want your enemies will be not only more loyal, but they prove themselves. They'll be more effective. Now, these are not my enemies, but these are people who have diverse ideas. Me and Tamika don't agree all the time. Me and Eric Coffey don't agree all the time.
Like what brother and sister do? Look. What brother and sister and sister do though?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And we record one of the things we do when we do go back and forth or whatever. We have we at the end of the day we create we have results. But now we are a nonprofit organization. We 501c3, but I answer to a board of directors. I have a board of directors I got to impact and effectiveness to in order for me to keep the job of executive director. This is a real organization. We have provided real results to real problems that we have. We have the problems that we face in this city as individuals are multi-layered. So yes, we do want to pay attention. We want to have a religious side, but I'm not here for that. I'm here to deal with what's going on with us and what can we fix amongst each other and amongst ourselves. That's what we do.
So my question is, this is my next question. Would y'all like to come to Chester? Because I have a friend, right? And I know that he would love to have y'all on his podcast. And I tagged him in the comments. You know what I'm saying? So that's my next question. You know what I'm saying? Would y'all like to come to Chester? And it is the 10 of Life morning show, You know what I'm saying? And we be ready like between 9:30 and like 10 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Like
We
that's
are
real talk.
we Tamika receives all of our correspondence in terms of myself.
Okay,
So if you want to send those out to her and she gets
I
them to
sure
me,
will.
that's fine.
I just
Tamika,
okay,
you hear
cause
that,
I had
Tamika?
just tagged him in there.
Okay, yeah. Well, that we welcome to do. What we want to do is but we want to spread our message all around. We want to spread
That's
the
what's
message of
about.
the fact that just because a person was this is my message too. Just because you was convicted of a crime, these convictions was a lot of convictions, plea bargains, and all those things does not make that person throw them away.
Disqualified. Right.
Disqualify them as but no, if all these cases and all these criminal things are being looked at and it's being these misjustices has been exposed, why are you still standing on these dumbass criminal records
Right.
and preventing people from getting jobs, preventing people from getting housing, preventing people from doing things in the works of the community that will benefit the community? That's the answer. The problems that we're facing in communities is because a lot of people who can solve these problems may have experienced a bad experience in criminal justice or bad experience in their development, and they're being locked out. They're being locked out, and they're not being included in decision making of society. And because of that absence because of the absence and the void of those citizens who can contribute, look at the result. Look at the people. Look at the communities. We got stores in our communities we don't recognize. There's no black stores nowhere. We have poppy stores and Chinese stores and this and that and this one. You go to the doctor, doctor don't look like you. The police don't look like you. They don't act like you don't. It's like what the heck is going on? And we're just sitting around docile. But let me tell you, it's not all of us. So what we want to do is get together with people who are like-minded, like us. And say,
like-minded.
Our resources in our minds and come together
That's
with a
what's
platform.
about.
Even if we have to come up with our own voting block. You have Democrats, you have Republicans, but let's come up with the People's Party. The People's Party.
I'm just about to say that.
Because we need the grassroots party or whatever you want to call it. Because the people who
basically that's govern our basically
we have to but you have to understand something. We might not want to deal with the government, but you have to understand.
That's not what I'm saying.
Hold on, excuse me. Hold on.
Wait.
We might not want to deal with those, but we have to get the resources that we paid into. Those resources of tax dollars that's been that's there. That's for us. I've been working with the State Department, the Pennsylvania State Department, Community Economic and Community Development and Economic Development Office. And he told me that because he contacted us and I broke down the program to him and I gave him the impact reports. And he said we're working together to get some RFPs and grant money. But what he said to me was, I have to explain to him my interaction with the city. And I'm like, well, the city act like they don't want to help us. He said, well, that's crazy because we give them we give them resources. We give them supports to help organizations like yourself.
Right.
He said, the thing is, the state will help you better because we have the money from the federal government that we have to give out. The city can give out, but the city is giving out to people they know, organizations that they're friends with, and the impact is seen in the streets. It's not helping us. So I'm not saying don't partner with. We partner with anyone who's going to help us move our agenda forward, but we will never ever compromise the people. I would never do it. I would never have operations to compromise what we believe. Go ahead, Tamika. I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay. What I was saying is I created and wrote out something called K.W.U. Govern our own. That has nothing to do with the government and everything to do with every community that's on the grassroots. Meaning, we can create our own atmosphere. Like we get our own on the ground young trash workers. We can get our own on the ground, whatever services we need on this ground, and we can start governing our own communities. Now I understand money plays a big key, but if we find ways to get money for anything else, not only that, but with the way I got things written out, if we had to take the route of going to somebody getting funding for it, I'm sure it would be because everything is concerning on the ground, snow removal. Just is so many things that can be done on the ground that we can put together ourselves because nobody's
Mm.
coming to help us or make the changes for us.
Well, and that's why we have that's why I have people on the team with different perspectives because therefore I send Tamika and those people out and they can go and try to because when we started this was the thing to be real. I'm not asking our people for money. I'll stop doing that.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I stopped doing that because they need their money. And
Okay.
people need, and I stopped doing that. So I sought, even though Tamika and the other team may still go and do the different events and things in that nature, which is great. But I'm going to those people with the power and I'm going to put the fire to them. Give me the resources. Give us the resources that we need. And or tell us the direction of how to get it. Because those dollars are our dollars too. And we pay our parents
Wow.
and people paid into it for them to even live the way they live and to be able to operate. They need to operate. I was looking at this recently about the mayor
Okay.
of Dalton. There's a mayor supervisor of Dalton County in Illinois, Chicago. Are you familiar with that situation that's going on down there in
No.
Dalton? The
Mm-mm.
black mayor, black superintendent came in a couple years back with a $5 million surplus. And now 3 years later, they in a $5 million deficit, and they spent $40 million and $40,000 in Amazon, and they on the books, and so that they had this investigation. It's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. But what happens is this
They
is not a
just got
reflection.
caught though. They
Hold
doing
on,
it everywhere, all over the world. But go ahead. They
this is
just
what I'm
got
trying
caught.
to say. Hold on, this is what I'm saying. Yes, they are. But and this is the reason why organizations and things is looked at like that. When I went down to City Hall, she was the deputy chief of staff of Councilman Jeffrey Young told us, he says to us, she says, oh well, we got to make sure y'all spending the money the way you're spending the money. And I'm showing her that we have different systems to
Right.
make sure that we're accountable and transparent on how we use our funds. How we began with the $2,000 that we did have.
What
We
time is this over?
we
I'm sorry.
we I'm not sure, but you can leave at any time, Tamika. You can just slide out anytime. That's not a
Okay.
problem. And then I'll talk to you later on if it
Okay.
goes over. Okay. Um, but where was I at? Oh, so yeah, we
I'm
are.
sorry.
We have. That's fine. That's fine. We have a finance department that monitors the money.
Okay.
That monitors the money that's coming in and out. We have received grants. I received the $1,500 grant from the Parole Justice Coalition, and to operate in the West Philly area, in the Southwest area.
Mhm.
Well, no, not the Southwest. I'm sorry, the North Central and West Philadelphia area. I'm working with Kenyatta Johnson to receive RFPs right now, so we can operate in the Southwest area in the King Cecily section of the city, 60th and King Cecily in that area there. So
Okay.
everything that Tamika is talking about, and the things that you probably envision in your head, we are doing, and
Yeah.
we that's the goal. But the goal is to organize the people, educate the people, and that will create engagement, right? But also it will make us responsible. See, we can talk about them giving us on doing all that. I ain't with all the giving. My thing is we got to be held accountable for ourselves too. The
Yeah.
information is out there. There's nobody, no dogs get sick on us, or nobody's threatening us to not read. It's out there. And we have to connect with the other people who are thinking like us, who are mission driven in terms of our mission, who support our mission and vision and goals, and we support those, and we can partner together. I don't care who we partner with, long as it's positive and it's productive and we are effective. That's all I
And
care
that's
about.
and that's definitely what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? It's about the positive and what we can get done as one. You know that we got this saying here in Chester. like we are one. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely believe that. Because
Right.
we all could bring something different, but in a positive matter. You know what I'm saying? In a positive way. Because it's a lot of folks right now that's watching me. I know it's a lot of folks that's watching you. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And and
No,
truth and truth and truth and truth be so, my brother, I'm very mindful of who's watching. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Because I know my light. And I know that's the light of God. You know what I'm saying? And like we gotta be mindful of what we are doing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I think that the thing is,
We
though,
gotta be,
in order for us to be mindful and responsible, we have to understand that what are we being responsible for? What are we being mindful of?
yeah, and that's what
And
I'm
I think
saying.
that, yeah, I do. That's the reason why. One of the reasons why I said I wanted to go to podcasts. I wanted to start doing podcasts, but I wanted to do grassroots podcasts. I wanted to do podcasts that are that need to hear this message. Podcasts that people who are in support of this message. I've been reading your content for a while now, and
Thank you.
I never was disappointed from what I was reading. And
Thank you.
no, and if I did have a disagreement, I definitely would have wrote it on the comment section. But
Right.
what I do is I listen to your perspective, even though we're from different parts of the cities, we're probably
Yeah.
facing the same kind of hell. But because these are urban communities that we're living in, but
Right.
that's not we're not thinking urbanly. We're thinking broadly.
Right.
And what happens is if we partner with the right people, if we connect with those people who like-minded, the people who are watching, regardless of what they're doing, they'll pay attention
Mhm.
because our impact is maximum, and our services are essential.
And I believe it
Again,
is.
yeah, I mean, again, I didn't want to turn our organization into, I didn't want the mission to be reintegration. We have that division, a restorative division, but that restorative division uh, conquers a lot of things. Not just people who coming home from jail, but people who come home from shelters, people who coming home from
Mm. Wow.
drug addiction. We have
Right.
to be able to help all individuals, and because the
Oh,
services
yeah.
are free, not they're free, they're out there, but they're not being taken advantage of because people don't know about them. And what happened is
That's what's about.
we're going to give you the option to, we're going to give you the avenue, we're going to give you the instruction, and we're going to give you a follow up, and but we're going to help you proactively. And what happens is that takes money, in terms of not big money, because I also told we was able to use two grand was not just operating, but we just but we have received donations of paper, we received donations because I type up all the curriculum, and we also do, because we do
Okay.
site workshops on the blocks.
Okay.
I go to individual
Nice.
blocks and do
Okay.
workshops. So
On
yeah,
the
so it's
blocks.
yes, we do.
That's
The
impressive.
workshops have the education of pedestrian education. We have citizen education, voter education, because in order for our expectation is for them to participate and become engaged, but we have to educate them. And so
Mhm.
what the city council lady said, well, how are you all qualified to educate people? And they said, well, we lived under the systems that
Right.
miseducated us. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And we
That's tough.
experienced through the wisdom and just life on how to get this thing right. And if they would, black folks, we was able to produce great leaders over the years, great leaders, speakers over the years,
Hmm.
from Martin Luther King to Malcolm, and I studied these guys, and they was two different types of people.
They
But
definitely was.
I
But
remember reading, there was a conversation that brother Martin had with Elijah Muhammad, and Elijah Muhammad said, brother Martin, won't you come join us in our plight and the way we do things? And Martin said that, I would love to do that, but I believe that what I'm doing is going to lead us to the same place, but we're just
mhm.
going about it different ways. There was another
Right.
conversation with Malcolm and Martin, and Martin Luther King was speaking at an event, and Malcolm X showed up, and Coretta came out and said, "What is going on? Why are you here? Why are you here?" And he says, "I'm here to give the people an alternative. You could either go the peaceful
Wow.
way, or you do it." So my thing is that we're not advocating violence, and we're not advocating but we're advocating direct action. We're saying that you're not going to give us the money, we're going to call you out on it. You're not going to give us the resources, we're going to call you out on it.
Mhm.
We're going to do
Right.
everything in our power to get you out of that position, because of
Wow.
that position it influences supports that we need to support the people and the people to be conducive to this life. And they're not. They're playing games down there. They're entertaining people with this foolishness. They're playing games with Democrat versus Republican, this one versus that one, and all the while people are suffering bad.
Wow.
You know, I've been out of job. I was out of an official job for 7 years behind a criminal record. Went to get a job,
Mhm.
moved, tried to get a job, won't give it to you, won't give it to you. I didn't earn this record. And they didn't provide the avenues for people to try to overturn their records. These records I was forced to take a plea bargain. Forced. They had me in jail,
Wow.
told me that I would be that you know, in 2 years, you did 2 years already, you take this deal, we'll let you out.
Right.
Accept that deal, and I stayed up there for 4 more. So these people
Right.
are in. And for people to stand on that system and saying to lock you out for being productive is not right. So we started at UCI to engage the
Right.
community, educate the community, but produce productive individuals that contribute to our society by using those free services and advocating for those people. Second chance advocacy,
I
residential
like that.
advocacy. We want to hold these people fire to their feet to the fire. Not all my staff agree with dealing with the government, but we have to.
Right.
We have to. But as long as I'm a director of the organization, that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to be
Right.
moving in the direction of holding those people feet to the fire, because they hold the key to the resources and the supports that we need. We're not begging. They're not begging. I'm demanding. And Frederick
Right.
Douglass said that power can seize nothing without a demand. And if
Wow.
the demand is coming from a weak constituency, then you're never going to get any result. So what we have to do is show our power and our might and our numbers and our collaborations with other organizations, and
That's what's
partner and
up.
speaking our mind to platforms such as yourself that connects with those people that's on the ground, that knows what's going on truthfully. And through those actions, we can be successful.
Wow. I heard that indeed. But I'm not gonna be here too long. Do you got any
Yeah.
closing remarks? Because I know you probably got stuff to do.
Absolutely. Well, no, I just want to say, I was reading some of the comments on there, and I want to say hello to everyone.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it, and thank you. I want to thank you for allowing us to come on your platform and share our vision.
Thank you.
And you
Thank
will
you.
be seeing this again.
I'm waiting on part 2 already. Look. I'm waiting on part 2 already, and I say that because I might be a co-host or I may be behind the scenes at the next show. Like I just gave y'all some information,
Yeah. So another thing, if you have any other partnering or podcast people you want us to that would love to have us on, we will show up and spread our message. We can do it virtually like this. This is perfect. We are on Facebook at Unchained Communities. We are on Instagram at Phila UCI. That's PHILA UCI. Our email address is uciphila@gmail.com. We have a website. Our website is Unchained Communities Incorporated. It's a little long, so it's on the comment section there. Our phone number is 267-236-5226 or 267-888-0080. Our motto is communities succeed when we refuse to let them fail. It's displayed on the banner behind me.
Okay.
And it's on our brochure. We have an actual brochure that we have.
Right.
And we also have a Cash App. If you'd like to support
Okay.
us with purchasing paper or purchasing material, we have a Cash App. Our Cash App
My big
is
sis is on.
$
Mm-hmm.
PHILLYUCI.
You
This
see
right
that?
here. Yeah. This is all of our let's see if I can kind
All
of
right.
there you
Okay. So
go. So
so
if you know
so we got Quincy Berry, the street lawyer from Philadelphia, right? So he said, he said that he is that he thanking me, for letting those to be a part of being on your platform. Hey, bro, how I look at it, look, man, like I like to pass the ball to everybody, man. I just don't like to score. Yeah, I mean, all the time, Quincy. Like you already know me. You know what I'm saying? And definitely, if y'all want to link up or y'all want to get together, hey Quincy, you already know what to do, bro. And my
we
brother right
have
here, and he know what to do.
so
You know what I'm
Quincy
saying?
Quincy Barry, and just to give you Quincy Barry, he's one of the community representatives on our board of directors. We
I
have
know him well.
we have you. We what we wanted to do is we wanted to set up a board that was reflective of the people in the community, from in his perspective from working with people in the reentry community on their legal works and things in that nature.
That's the
He
man
has a
right there.
he has an take on different things, and so what we did was we have principals, we have a psychiatrist, we have counselors, when we have community representation on our board of directors. So that way, our organization is mission driven and continue to have the impact that it does. So again, thank you for allowing us, this opportunity, and
Thank y'all.
and again, you can send us any information that you may have in regards to us joining other podcasts. But this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be
I
spending
got
some money.
plenty. Look, I got plenty.
We're going to be trying to get so because what happens is we like to get in front of our stories. We have to get in front of the
Right.
story because we don't want them to no one, our enemies or naysayers, to try to take take away from what we're trying to do. So what we want to do is we want to go and directly give our message and services and platform to the folks of the community, not the people who are charged with so-called leadership. The leadership had to be held accountable, and for years they
Right.
haven't been. It's time for us to try to do that through unchaining all communities. So thank you.
Right. And that's what it's all about. And I'm about to tag a few more of the folks because, like I said, like I know a few folks. You know what I'm saying? And my brother, I appreciate you for being here this afternoon with a hour and 20 minutes. Wow, an hour and 20 minutes. Oh man, it's definitely going down. And I believe that it's gonna be a part two. I don't know if it's gonna be here. It might be some other, but you're gonna see me again, and I believe you're gonna see me real fast. Look, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you for being here. You know what I'm saying? I hope you have a great day, my brother. And I'm gonna leave
Well,
with some
thank you.
songs. All right, y'all. And those that are on here, y'all gotta watch the replay. You know what I'm saying? And the Cash Apps is there. And look, and get with my brother, man. It's definitely going down. You know, you got
Thanks to
Chester
everybody. And I
and
want to thank
Philly.
everybody for watching and listening. Also, just thank everybody for watching and listening. And I hope that this, my pastor always say, these messages go where it need to go. So,
Oh, it went.
I hope
Believe
that
me,
it goes
it went.
and it touches those people.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. We out of here
Hello.
with a song. Yeah. Okay. Oh man, that was great, y'all.
Writes loyalty across my chest. Tell the world. From the SJ, I'ma make the best play. Suited with the chest plate, EG and my sensei. I asked my grandpa what you wanna be, remember that? He said just tell him I was faithful, you remember that? Straight away and then came back, I'm on a better path. They said I got them to it quit, I told them never that. The devil taking shots, so I send him back. Give it all to God, I surrender that. Faithful in the little, I'm a ruler now. Special forces for the kingdom, I'm a shooter now. Told my leaders if I'm prideful, better shoot me down. Still don't understand why you use me. Kingdom music still repping. Empty hell, feel heaven. Word of God, my real weapon. Knock me down, I'm still stepping. Every time I'ma leave it on the field. If I die, I'm going out on my shield. Slay Goliath, those things kill. Put me on the front line where the battle gets real, yeah. Baby, me, tell the world I was loyal to the king. Tell them I was loyal to the end. 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 Yes, loyal to the end. Loyal to the end. Loyal to my friend. Loyal to my friend. Loyal to the end. Flying back to the town, I gotta double down. Hit the stage, go acapella with 100 rounds. Faithful to the trumpet sound, kingdom music bumping now. Get together, lift the flame to lift his name. I'm coming, lay your drugs here at the altar call. There's love here at the altar call. Freedom from the pill addiction, freedom from the alcohol. Freedom, faithful to the family. With God, there ain't no limits. Look, back to the basics when I would rap in the basement. Trust my dad for a placement. They pay stacks for a placement. We all bad and he's gracious. We fall back and he's patient. That's my dad and he's waiting. I say, Dad, you the greatest.
Alright, y'all. This your boy from K.W.U podcast. It's going down. If you want to be a blessing, right? There's a cash app this podcast into the closed line. Peace. God bless you. Enjoy your day.